Good afternoon and welcome to the Town of Surf City Council meeting on September 3rd, 2024. At this time, we'd like to call the meeting to order, and I'm going to ask for Nick Adams to lead us in our invocation. If you would, please stand.
Let's pray. God, thank you for this beautiful weather, this beautiful day. Thank you for this time we have here right now. Thank you for our town council, for our police officers, firemen, everybody in public service, dear Lord. I pray that you just give them the strength and humility and what they need, dear Lord, to continue to do things very many people aren't willing to do. I pray that this meeting, dear Lord, would just honor and glorify you and the things that are said and discussed, and that you would just go before us, dear Lord. And thank you. I ask it all in your name. Love you. Amen.
Amen. If you would continue standing, and Nick's two daughters, Olivia and Laney, are going to come up and say our pledge.
This is an Adams affair?
Yes.
The Adams sisters.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank
Way to
you.
go. Nice job. Very good. Nice and clear. Nice and clear. Microphone going.
Okay, next special recognition is Chief Voorhees here today? Okay, Jason Hartfield. Come on up, please.
Good afternoon. I'm Lieutenant Hartsfield, Surf City Police Department. I'm presenting an award to Colby Strickland. If you could come on up here, Colby. Detective Strickland, he's been with us since 2020. He was with Fayetteville Police Department before that. He's been an investigator for almost 2 years now. And this is his criminal investigator certificate that he got through the North Carolina Justice Academy. It took over 400 training hours to obtain this certificate, and essentially it's a step in becoming a certified investigator in the state of North Carolina. We have 3 detectives in our office. All of us have it now that he's gotten it as well, but I'm presenting this to him. So if everybody could, just give a round of applause to Colby.
Job well done, Mr. Strickland. Thank you for all your work. Okay, next on our list as far as special recognition is the emergency management, including the IT department and our emergency management, along with Kelly that does all of our communications. So first I want to call up Jason Lingle. The information technology consists of 2 employees. They help with technology for all departments and staff. They provide a wide range of services from help desk tickets to software configuration and development. They support and manage the town's networking, security, phone systems, and hardware solutions. The information technology director is Jason Lingle, that is in front of you right now, and he has been with the town since 2003, providing us with 20 years of service. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. We appreciate this recognition, and I'll take a moment to go over a few things about the IT department. Our goal is to provide staff, citizens, and officials with the tools and information that they need. We focus on monitoring and improving network security and staying ahead of threats. Current special projects include setting up new network connectivity and surveillance systems at the up-and-coming Earl G. and Inez Batts Park, and improving network capabilities at Soundside Park. We are also in the final stages of writing a custom application to assist the utility department. This new application is simple at its core, but will save staff many days of frustration every month. We set up and remain available for EOC activations, participate in the SUAS program, and comm support. Our technology specialist, Christopher Wright, plays a crucial role here by ensuring meetings go smoothly, handling support tickets and system updates, and taking care of all onboarding and offboarding needs. He has lightened my workload, allowing me to focus on special projects and administrative tasks. I couldn't do this without him, so thank you, Chris, for all you do. He's in the back there.
Chris is in that little back room out there, guys.
There he is. And thanks to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Next is the Emergency Management Department, which includes the Emergency Management Director, James Horn, which is not present with us tonight, and the Public Information Officer, which is Kelly Cannon. James Horn is duly certified as an Associate Emergency Manager by the International Association of Emergency Managers and the Executive Emergency Manager through the North Carolina Emergency Managers Association. He started working with the town of Surf City in 2009 as a Surf City police officer and assumed the role of Emergency Management Director in 2019, which was right after Hurricane Florence. In collaboration with all other departments, James has coordinated the development of the town's first ever all hazards emergency operations plan. Through his leadership, the town has seen the development of utilization of an incident management teams for use in disaster response. He is also very instrumental in management of state, local, and federal disaster grants. He has helped implement the town's communication, which we call the PACE plan, the primary, alternate, and contingent emergent. In the past year, Kelly, if you like to stand up, Kelly. Kelly has been added to the Emergency Management Department and has been an obvious asset to the town of Surf City. If you'd like to come up, Kelly, and tell us a little about yourself.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. So I'm Kelly Cannon, and I work as a town's communication specialist. My job duties include updating the website and the town's social media platforms. So if you aren't already following us on our social media, here's my shameless plug to go and search both Town of Surf City on Instagram and Facebook. Surf City remains transparent, and this is one of the ways that we do it with our residents and visitors. The town has excellent programs that we continuously promote on these platforms, such as the police department is going to be doing a community fishing event called Fishing with the Fuzz coming up on September 7th, and the fire department is holding their 9/11 Memorial Bridge Walk, and then there's so much more out there, so make sure that you stay connected. However, when we have to activate our Emergency Operations Center, I then transition from communication specialist to public information officer. In this role, I pass information directly to residents from the town, and this is both on our website and social media platforms. And this is to ensure that our Surf City residents are getting accurate and timely information when it matters the most. So thank you for this opportunity, for allowing me to serve Surf City. And don't ever hesitate to reach out to me. You can email me at pio@surfcitync.gov. Thank you.
Thank you, Kelly. And then next on our list is the Beautification and Enhancement Committee Congressional Recognition, and Councilman Mayor Pro-Tem Jeremy Shugarts will present.
So I'm going to have the City Council Beautification Committee come on, if you don't mind. Sandy, can you bring your crew up here if you don't mind? Madam Mayor, would you come down here too, if you don't mind, please? Oh, for sure. So I know. So Sandy.
He is the chair of this committee. And Sandy, can you introduce everybody real quick, if you don't mind here?
Sure, we have Michael Hill, Damien Buchanan is a previous member, but was instrumental in our mural project, which is what we're receiving recognition for today. Harley Jones and Evelyn Perez and Richard Vesov and Jerry Emond. And some of our group here is brand new. We have a few brand new members, and then we have a few that have been here for a few years. And we really love serving the town of Surf City in this capacity.
Thank you. And everybody knows, anybody who works with Sandy, she's a pit bull, that's for sure. I'll tell you that. Sandy takes care of business, no doubt. Damon is the chairman of the Multi-Use Path Steering Committee now, so he stepped off that after he served there. But the mayor and I wanted to give this to you. Well, this is pretty exciting stuff here. It says it's a U.S. House Representative Certificate of Congressional Recognition, Surf City Beautification Enhancement Committee, in recognition of unveiling the Kingston Avenue Beach Access mural. So this is pretty cool. We're going to keep this in City Hall. We're going to get a picture with all of you up here, but then we're going to take it back and keep it in City Hall here, if you don't mind. So let's give these guys a hand for doing this. This is a big deal for our city. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. You want to say something, Sandy?
Nope, I think that's...
All right, very good. Kelly, can we get a picture with everybody, if you don't mind? You want us in front of the podium? You want to smooth the podium?
You have to get back to Carla. She won't let you get out. Lieutenant Callie, do not let her leave with that.
Thank you, Jason. Okay, at this time, I'm going to call Sandy Marone back up from Beautification Enhancement to give us the committee awards for the Business of the Month and the Home of the Month.
There, is that working now? All right, unfortunately, our folks are not here today to receive their award in person, but I do want to mention the Andersons are our Home of the Month winners this month, and they are at 4 MHP, which are those really cute little trailers right outside the traffic circle as you first come onto the island, and they did a lot of beautiful garden work and landscaping, so we wanted to recognize them, that it's not just the big brand new fancy houses that we notice that are doing a wonderful job. It's every resident we take a look around. So again, encourage you to look at your neighbors and in your neighborhoods, and if you see somebody that is doing extra great work in their yard, we'd love to have them submitted. For the business of the month, this month is Island Family Medicine. They did win a few years ago, but they maintain their area and their landscaping is beautiful every single month, and so we wanted to recognize them again this year. And I did want to stress to all businesses, we have nominated several other businesses throughout the last few months, and unfortunately they are not, Carla, what is it called, registered with the business registration. So if you want your business to be featured, get out there and get it registered through Carla and through the town. And that's all. So thank you.
Can I just say something real quick? I want to say about Island Family Medicine. When we pick business, it's not always about the appearance. It's what they do for the community. And I know, for example, one time when I was coaching football at Dixon, Dr. Seaborn, Dr. Blair came up to Dixon, did free physicals for all those students up there. So that clinic helps out and does a lot for our community additionally. So it's an amazing place. It really is. So I just want to mention that.
And that's a great point. We not only are looking at how nice a business is on the outside, but if they're contributing in other ways to the community. So that's another example of someone that you can nominate for consideration, and we'd love to hear about those.
Sandy, you have to keep that. You can let her out the door with that one, Lieutenant Callie. You should go out the door with those.
Okay. Can I have a motion to adopt the agenda?
I'll make a motion to adopt the agenda.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries to adopt the agenda. Next item is the approval of the consent agenda. Can I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Sure. I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries to approve the consent agenda. Public comments.
Mr. Stanley Griffin.
Madam Mayor, Council, good to see everybody. Want to remind everyone of the, believe it or not, the 13th annual Paddle for Troops event that's coming up. So 13 years we've been doing this with the support of the community. Be on September the 14th out at Sears Landing as usual. So we get great support from the fire department, great support from the police department, from the Coast Guard, from the community. Everybody comes out. It's a really great time and encourage everybody. So I want to invite the mayor, invite the council, invite the entire community. Come out on September 14th and see what we do and see what we're all about and help us continue our mission to help our local veterans and being able to, as we say, convert challenges into opportunities one veteran at a time. So appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Sandy.
I just wanted to mention one project that we're working on is a surfboard statuary project that will be available to businesses. And if you want to learn more about it, come to the next workshop for Town Council. We'll be presenting all the details on the project and hopefully getting final approval at that time to move forward. But I just wanted to share that's what our committee's been working on.
Thank you. Okay. Okay, moving on to, we have no public hearings tonight. Old business, our item is Parks, Recreation, and Tourism Special Event Fees, and I will call up on Jody Shepherd, the Director of Parks and Rec.
Madam Mayor and Council. So before you in your packet is the reflected updates to the fee schedule as we discussed in our council work session for our ticketed add-on fees. So making a change for the digital road signs pickup with delivery, that being per an event of $150. The amphitheater electrical service for the 120 volt outlets, $250 a day for all of the outlets listed under the amphitheater. And then for the amphitheater electrical service, 220 volt outlets, those are $250 per outlet per day. So if there's any questions.
When do these fees go into effect, just so we're on the same page?
So my understanding per the council work session is it would be determined once the fees were approved.
Okay. So those events that have already signed off on a commitment at the park, they will get a notice or they are grandfathered in for this year?
Is it just new people who come with an event, or is it
So
people
currently
who
the ones that are on the schedule.
That's what we're, yeah.
Yep. Say that one more time.
In other words, as soon as these are approved, they take effect at that moment. So it doesn't matter if they've already.
So whenever they're approved, they would take effect.
Okay. Does anyone have any questions? Is there a motion to approve the special event tourism fees?
I'll make a motion to approve them.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries for the special tourism event fees. Next item is the North Carolina Emergency Management Stormwater Grant contract approval, and David Price, our Utilities Director, will present.
Mayor, Council, in your packet's a contract for design and oversight of the latest round of stormwater improvements. This is going to go at the corner of Seahorse and South Shore and the corner of Charlotte and South Shore. This is funded through the emergency management grant opportunity that was approved during the consent agenda. It should pay for 100% of it and provide some good issues. Asking for approval of the contract and the project ordinance, the BOA.
What's the total amount of that grant we received?
Just shy of $500,000.
$500,000 grant. So this is kind of like the stormwater project that we did on South Shore Drive,
Almost identical.
which has been a huge success. I've got lots of thank yous, not only from the people that live in the town of Surf City, but all those that also visit Topsail Island and live in Topsail Beach. So at this time, I would request a motion to approve the stormwater grant contract approval.
I submit a motion to approve the request.
I'll second it.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next item on new business is the Applewood Trace Phase 1. And Amy Combs, our planning director, will come up and present.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am going to talk to y'all tonight about...
A little closer, Amy.
Oh, sorry. I'm the worst about talking in this. Tonight we're going to talk about the preliminary plat approval for Applewood Trace Phase 1. So just a quick background for people who don't quite know what the process is. On this particular project, we did a conditional district rezoning request, and at that time the site plan came through. With conditional districts, they're tied to a site plan, they're tied to a number of uses. In this case, it was tied to 399 residential homes. So we've seen pretty much the site plan, I feel like a while ago, but it's been maybe close to a year. We saw the site plan, we looked at it. As part of that stage, once you get the conditional district, depending on what kind of project you have to come back through the process and follow our typical process. So this one is following a subdivision process and not a site plan process, because we are subdividing into individual lots. And as a part of our subdivision process, you come in and do a preliminary plat. The preliminary plat just says that we agree that this meets what we said it was supposed to. It meets all of our TRC recommendations, the rules in our ordinances. The lots are the right size. It matches any conditions that were in the conditional district. And now you have approval of this particular plat, and you can start building. Now, as a part of that, there are other permits, obviously, that they have to get in place. The sediment and erosion control permit has been granted. The state stormwater permit is currently under review. The NCDOT driveway permit has been issued with their list of recommendations, which are in your packet tonight. So this is a part of that process. Once all of those permits are issued, then they'll start breaking ground. So tonight I'm asking that council review and approve what is shown in your packet as Phase 1. So out of the 399 homes that are in the total project, we are currently requesting 231 units. 87 of those will be townhomes and 144 will be single family. The one difference that you will notice is that during the original conversations, there was a lot of talk about build for rent. So there were quadplexes with build for rent. So they were basically up to 4 units per building. The developer has gone back and redone the site plan to include townhomes instead of that build for rent product. So with the townhome, you now get a little bit of front yard, a little bit of backyard, and your townhome, although there is still significant community area in there, the amenity center is remaining the same. The area dedicated to the sewer treatment, all of that is remaining the same. The parking that was shown on street is now off street and will be in driveways. There is a decrease in the amount of non-pervious area. So there's an increase in the pervious area or the grassed area. So those are the major changes on this site plan from what was done in the conditional district. However, the unit type and the densities are the same as what was approved by the conditional district process. As I said, the vehicular traffic impacts and requirements are in your packet. There may be some changes as they work through the final layouts of those, but those will be determined by the North Carolina Department of Transportation. And those improvements include roadway improvements at Loggerhead Road as well as out on US 17. There is still an intent, once we get to it, to put that connection to the school. That's not a part of this connection or this phase. So in this phase, you'll see the sidewalks that were originally required. And then the town of Surf City will manage the water, will provide water and manage the wastewater treatment, which was a part of that developer agreement that we signed, I feel like, months ago. And then I also listed all of the conditions in your packet and how those conditions were met. Drew Hatcher is here with McKim & Creed and would be happy to answer any questions that you may have for him. And then also, if you have any questions for me, I'd be happy to answer them.
So out of the 231 units, you said, how many were townhomes?
Hold on. 87 townhomes and 144 single family. So as you can see, the single family is up against Edgecombe and down against Turtle Creek, with those townhomes being in the center where the original build for rent section was shown.
And so there's still 168 left for the 399 total?
If that is your math, yes, ma'am.
Okay. But we don't know what that is. I mean, what those kinds of units that will be. That's phase 2, I guess.
That's phase 2. It will come forward. My understanding is that they have switched from the build for rent to the townhome product.
That area also?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. But we don't know the mix, the numbers of that. I mean, and
I do not.
that's down the road. I know, I get it.
Yes, and that
That's still
phase will
100.
come, you will have a preliminary plat for phase 2 as well.
And then you said the parking, since we changed to townhomes, their parking will be on property?
Yep.
And not in the street?
Yes, ma'am.
Do we know how many spaces they have per unit for parking?
It is 2.
For all of them in phase 1? Are any of them going to be over 3-bedroom?
So there'll be 2 in the driveway, and then they'll also have an attached garage. So I guess if you count the garage, there's 3.
Okay.
And there's no less than that for any particular unit.
Okay. And then most 3-bedroom units is what you're probably looking at?
2 and 3-bedroom units mainly, yeah. The townhomes are like single-family size.
Okay. And same for the single-family homes, though?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
There's no parking on the street, correct?
That's correct. We've removed that, and now everybody gets their own parking spots.
No matter how they slice it, they can only have 3 cars per house.
Well, there'll be some select lots that have longer driveways, but it's a minimum of the 2 in the driveway and the garage.
There's no other place to park if, like, a homeowner has 4 cars, let's say.
Sure. No, they would have to. They could come to the town and apply to widen their driveway or to put it on another parking spot, say in the backyard or a detached structure. There is a little bit of room of impervious. We're not building to the limit on each lot, so there'll be some freedom for that.
When we say we're doing roadway improvements for Loggerhead and 210, what does that mean?
So that could mean a turning lane or a deceleration or an acceleration lane. When you're turning right into the site, right-hand taper so that you're getting out of the travel way to slow down and turn right so that you're not blocking traffic. Those are the types of roadway improvements we're talking about.
So currently the TIA did recommend a signal. However, that's going to have to be worked through because there's some issues with the alignment.
Okay. Thank
with
you.
Becky's Creek. And
Yep.
just kind of that.
It's off.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
All right.
Any further questions? Okay. If there are no further questions, do I have a motion to consider the approval of the plan as presented?
I'll make a motion, we approve the plan as presented.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries to approve Applewood Trace Phase 1.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Okay, the next item is the Water Resources Development Grant Resolution, and Carla Citarelli, our town clerk, will present.
Thank you, Mayor. This is a resolution. The town will be applying to the Water Resources Development Grant Program in conjunction with the Shallow Draft Navigation Fund for the Surf City Banks Channel Dredging Project. That was discussed at the July work session. So we just need the resolution in support of that to be asking North Carolina to hopefully fund about 75% of that construction cost.
You have an estimate on what that price would be?
Our price match, if funded, would be $4.823,536.
So the amount from the state would be?
A little over $14 million.
So that's free money, $14 million from the state. So I don't know, those that aren't familiar with the project, it is called a navigational project used from the funds coming from the Shallow Draft Inlet Fund, which would allow us to pump sand out of Banks Channel and put it onto the beach. And that project is could possibly start in November if everything were to go as planned. So at this time, we would just ask the council to consider approval of the resolution as presented.
Can I make one more comment? Just
Absolutely.
clarification in case somebody, and it's my understanding this does not hinder or delay anything that should be moving forward with the Corps on their beach nourishment project. Just so you know, this is not replacing what they got going
Absolutely.
on. All that is still moving forward at whatever pace it's moving forward.
Yes.
Is this a motion or a consent?
This would be a motion.
I'll make that motion.
We're just making a motion to ask for those funds.
Ask for the
Yeah.
money.
Yeah.
I'll second it.
So I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries for the Water Resources Development Grant Resolution. Okay. As y'all have noticed tonight, our town manager is not with us tonight, but he did leave us a manager's update, just some points to quickly go through. I'm sure y'all have all noticed the Earl G. and Inez Park Recreation Complex. If you have driven down J.H. Batts Road lately, it is turning into something wonderful for our town. There is some fine grading going on right now in the parking lot. The stone base continues to be in preparation for paving. Next week, the west side swell has been graded as well. There's been some riprap that has been installed, and the crew is making preparation for stabilization with the installing some sod. Irrigation installation continues. Playground equipment installation continues. The parking lot lighting is in place. The septic system has been installed. The restroom building is functional, with the exception of 2 roof panels that will, and also swapping out a water fountain. Sidewalks continue to be installed throughout the site, and crosswalks are mostly in place now. I don't think we have announced a date yet for the opening of this park, but we anticipate it being sometime in October. So it is going to be a blessing for the town of Surf City, not only for the skate park and volleyball courts, but there's a huge amount of green space there just for that everyone will be able to enjoy, and a nice, very nice playground. So then we move to the parks master plan. The staff is evaluating proposals from the qualified consultants to begin updating the parks and recreation master's plan. Negotiations are being scoped out to continue to work, and look forward to getting that project kicked off very soon. Something very important that's going to happen in a couple weeks, the NCDOT R5900 multi-use path meeting will be held on September 9th from 5 to 7 at the Surf City Community Center. So not here, but at the Community Center, because we expect a very large crowd and they will have project boards that DOT will set up so that everyone can walk around and look at this project. In addition, with DOT being there, the town staff will be available to answer questions concerning the first segment of the Surf City multi-use path that we are calling the Topsail Island Connector, which is set to begin up near Magnolia Reserve and come to the fire station at Deer Run Station 25. The R5900 project is called Coretta Drive. It's a new road that's basically in between Walmart and Dr. Blair's office that was recognized tonight, Island Family Medicine. A new road coming in there called Coretta Drive that will lead us back to Charlie Medlin Road, so that it will actually act as a service road and get some of our traffic off of Highway 50. The next is the Army Corps project. The General Reevaluation Report, which is called our GRR, was released for public comment last week, and this is a major milestone in the project. And we look forward to the Army Corps holding a public meeting on the GRR report September 24th in this room between 6 and 8. So the Colonel will be here that night to present that project to us. The Banks Channel Navigation Project, which we just, with the council approval of that tonight, staff will submit a grant application to the Division of Water Services. The Shallow Draft Navigation Project will remove sediment from the Banks Channel, improving the navigation, and in return we will also be able to utilize that material and place it on the Surf City beaches. The town is working on project website with all the details of the project, and once we get that confirmation back from the state on the grant award, we'll be reaching out to residents on potential timing and impacts. But it is expected that the project will begin in November and end by April 1st. And that is the navigation project in Banks Channel, not the Army Corps project. The development ordinance update, which comes from our community development staff and the planning board, have been working hard to update the town's development standards and are looking forward to potential adoption, which will implement policies, goals, action items contained within the town's comprehensive land use plan, which we consider to be our Bible. The planning board is scheduled to make their recommendations at their September meeting and then forward to the town council in October. On the heels of this project will be the creation of a technical specifications manual to help guide development infrastructure to a consistent standard for streets, utilities, and other community infrastructure amenities. Another big item that's coming to us the first of the year is the town has received notice from FEMA that is our preliminary flood maps will become effective January 17th, 2025. The town will have to adopt the updated ordinances of these new maps, which have been drafted in form since 2014. Residents can use the state's online tool to check current preliminary maps by going to FRIS, FRIS.nc.gov. So it will show you what your flood elevation is now and then what it's going to be, which is very important to those that carry flood insurance. And then as far as events, there are numerous events coming up this fall. We encourage you to continue to check out our town social media accounts as well as information posted on the website to plan for your attendance. So as far as like the town has itself, I know the Fishing with the Fuzz, the 9/11 walk, we have, the new park opening, And then as far as other community events that will happen will be the Paddle for the Troops. The Real Housewives will happen. The Over and Under for Make-A-Wish will happen. I know I'm forgetting something because there's almost something every...
Housewives, Real Housewives.
Yeah, I said that.
Fest.
Ocean Fest.
Yeah.
So we have so much going on in the town of Surf City for our citizens. So make sure that you try to keep up with your calendars and plan to make a lot of those events. That's pretty much Kyle's report. I'd look down to the attorney to see if he has a report for us.
Yeah, just briefly, Madam Mayor, Council, the Finance Department's given me about 70 parcels who have not paid their taxes, so I'll be sending a letter to those folks. And this is the last chance for those folks to pay their taxes without incurring attorney fees or other costs associated with foreclosure. So we hope that they will come into compliance and we don't have to go any further on that item.
Okay. Thank you. Please pay your taxes if you haven't paid. All right, we'll start council forum, and I'll start with Miss Trudy.
We're going down this list of things that I'd already made notes of, but no, there's a lot going on in the next couple months. I mean, I'm really pleased that the stormwater project's happening, that was successful. I live over in that area. I know we've been working on that for a while, so continuing down the road and doing the Seahorse area and Charlotte Street will be extremely advantageous. We all know how the roads flood quickly. So I just encourage everyone to stay in touch with the opportunities to go and learn at the DOT meeting, the Army Corps meetings, all those opportunities that the group here provides for residents to come and get informed. That's the key to us having productive conversations for everybody to have the same information and be on the same page. But then there's a lot of fun things coming up too, and I'm excited about that. So many of the events that you mentioned, and that's what's a lot of people look forward to this time of year. So it's wonderful. A lot of good projects and people to help out there too. So
thank you. Mr. Hugh Cannady.
Yeah, I hope everybody had a great Labor Day weekend. I thought it was a success. The weather was beautiful. A lot of boats on the water this weekend, which I hope everybody made out okay on that. But as good as the summer was, in my opinion, we're getting ready to experience the best 12 weeks there on Thompson Island. So get ready, get your calendars out, and take advantage of some of this stuff, because the fall is the best time there is on this island. As good as everything else is, we're getting ready to cross that threshold. So good luck with that. Thank you.
You're welcome. And happy birthday again. Hugh had a big birthday this weekend.
Oh, yes.
49.
Lying. It's so lying.
All right, Mayor Pro-Tem Jeremy Shugarts.
Okay. Well, I just want to say we made it through another summer here, didn't we? So all the locals, you guys can come out of your homes now. All right. So everyone, we can all do that for sure. So I think it was fantastic. It was just a great weekend. Congratulations to the City Enhancement Beautification. I just want to say, Michael and Jerry have been working hard on this surfboard monument thing. Wait till you see it. It's going to be awesome. I know Mike's been beating this drum for about a year, and I think you guys are going to be pretty impressed when you see this program roll out here. I did want to say multi-use path. I know the mayor in the report kind of breezed over it. It is freaking exciting, this multi-use path. Our whole city's going to be connected from all the way out at Lowe's all the way through the island. You're going to be able to take a bike and not get killed on the road, okay, or run down. It's going to be exciting, okay? And so we're very excited about that. We have an Economic Development Committee. They had their second meeting, and I know the mayor and I have been really working close with Kyle on that, and to see those 14 people. Big cities have economic development committees, and to see our city get in line with Charlotte and Raleigh on those things, it's pretty exciting to watch that growth. I also want to say, last thing is we lost a valued member of our community, passed away a few days ago, named Doug Lowry. And if you know Sandy Lowry, she owns Mia's Market down here. He had a long battle with the illness, so he really fought it. So anyway, just keep her and her family in your prayers. So that's it for me. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks.
All right, John.
Okay. Well, let's see. I have to recognize all the people here that were given recognition today. Beautification enhancement, a detective, the police department, IT department, all that. So we really appreciate that. Appreciate people coming out to this meeting. It seems like we had a full house tonight, sort of full house. But anyway, other than that, that's all I got to say. Alicia?
Just the fact that we recognized our IT department. I actually got a community compliment from one of our citizens today that has a career in television, and she said, I don't know who's doing your Instagram, but they're doing a really great job. So kudos to you guys, because that's a very big compliment from a person that has a pretty impressive background in that. So getting information out is a big deal, and whether it's good news or bad news or just news in general, it's important, and I love to see how that's grown over the past year. So definitely good job there. And again, I hope everybody shows up to all these awesome give back events that we do. That's part of what makes Surf City such a beautiful place, is our ability to take care of each other. So I look forward to seeing everybody at those events as well.
Forgot one thing. Parks and Rec gave their first touch-a-truck this year. And Amanda and her department and Jody and everyone did a fantastic job. It's a good turnout of people, good turnout of service vehicles. Marine Corps was very impressive. I got there pretty early, and there were 2 vehicles, and I said, that's good. In about 25 minutes, about 4 or 5 others showed up. Kids got a big kick on climbing this thing that I thought was a tank, but it wasn't a tank. I was corrected. It was an urban or amphibious assault vehicle with the young man rattled out all these different calibers and what kind of gun it was. But it was a very, 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 very nice event for the first time. I think a lot of people had a good time. It was pretty packed. So kudos to them.
Yeah. Great. And I forgot to mention the poker run's coming up too. Yeah, which is going to be
every weekend. Yeah.
September 28th, which would be good. The Surf City Auxiliary Fire Department puts that on, so let's don't forget that event as well. So Labor Day's here. We can sit back and catch our breath a little bit, hopefully, and get by another couple months with some nice, cool fishing weather and enjoy the place where we call home. It is, I think this month is our appreciation for our employees. All of our employees have done an excellent job. You don't see them. Most of them work behind the scenes, so we don't see a lot of them every day, but it's been a very hot summer for all of those employees that work outside, especially those that go in between inside and outside. We are very thankful for everything that you do and continue to do for the town of Surf City. So with that being said, I think we can make a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
A motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. We are adjourned.